Bless up. It's your humble host, Big Truck. Hey, yo, conversation and reviews. We're about to play a clip from Logical Dating. He got something to say. I got something to say. And then the spirit of the universe is going to take us home. So grab your shoulder pads and your helmet, and let's get this work. Let's go.
Do Black women show regret when she sees another Black man dating outside of his race?
Regret?
Yeah, a lot of times Black women hate seeing Black men date outside their race because white girls are trained and groomed
to be a wife.
Mm-hmm.
However, those men ain't choosing them. That's why they have a problem with it. Pay attention to the types of Black women that have a problem when they see a Black man with a white woman, a Spanish woman, or an Asian woman. Pay attention.
See, I have 3 brothers that all have white partners.
Really?
Yeah, 3 of my 4 brothers. And my other brother is a homosexual, so he wouldn't be with a white woman. And you have to also understand, I grew up in Canada where there aren't very many Black.
And let me also highlight an Islander woman or Caribbean woman.
Black people. So most Black people end up with a white counterpart. So no, I wouldn't be upset. I don't understand why people would be upset. I do believe that love is love, but I also, for me personally, I need someone that's had my experience.
So you couldn't date a white man?
I'm not saying that I couldn't. I'm saying that it would be really challenging for me to make that choice. And this is the reason why. Because if or when God blesses me with children, if I have a white husband, he has Black children.
Yeah.
He doesn't have mixed children. He doesn't have white. He has Black children. And if I have a Black son, my white husband has a Black son. And I'm sure that there are people that can learn about the culture, but you just learn differently when you've experienced the culture. And so there's things that innately he would never know how to prepare my son for because he's never experienced it. He could do all the learning but it's literally like those gurus on the internet that teach you all like the fluff stuff. And then it's like, well, what happens when stuff hits the fan? They don't really know because they've never done it.
Yeah.
You know, they've only done the little fluffy stuff. And that's,
I kind of understand her point. I kind of understand where she's coming from. But here, when it's a man raising a boy, regardless of skin color, there's that toughness, especially a masculine man. There's that toughness. There's that thing, that certain connection that only a masculine man and a boy will understand. Not even a mother wouldn't understand. Just like a mother, a woman, and a little girl, daughter, there's a connection there that only they understand that a man wouldn't. When it comes to interracial dating, we're seeing more and more of it. And it's being less talked about. Or when it's being talked about, the negatives behind it. Why does it always have to be negative?
cute and you made your money off of fluff and that's fine.
Yeah.
But for people that really know like the grit and the core and the downfalls and the struggles, like that story is way different. So for me, I love all races, but I love a Black king. Like when I see myself, like I love a Black king.
Love that melanin
girl. I love, even though that I do believe a lot of Black men have a chip on their shoulder and it's societal and it's oppression and it's racism and so it makes sense.
What do you mean by chip? Because see, my opinion of chip on their shoulder is like ego, pride. They think that they're better than the other person. But then when you use that reason like oppression.
And it has nothing to do with what she just said. Nothing to do with what her girl just said. But listen to how Ms. Fontenot was going to break it down.
And all this stuff, that doesn't sound like chip. So what do you mean by that?
I do think it's ego and I do think it's pride. And I think that a lot of Black men feel like they have to prove instead of just allowing themselves to be. So, and I get it.
There it is right there. Prove. You have something to prove. Okay? Now, it's always frowned upon to be something negative when it's not. But it all depends on how you look at the situation. You always have to look into things instead of looking at things.
Because it's literally like we live in a world that beats our black men down. Let's just keep it 1,000. So I understand it. And
Now, with that being said, yes, that's true. It makes it worse when you have a large number of women beating down a black man. But this is the type of man that you claim you want. The so-called white man ain't got to do nothing. He just sitting back letting the black women do it. And y'all stupid enough to do it. Do you really want to go there with this conversation? I think we shall.
I still choose it, even knowing that it's there. I just, inside of my relationships, I do my best to disarm that. Because I don't need you to prove anything to me.
I just want you to exist.
I just want, baby.
Just exist.
Why do black women get angry and bitter when black men that they don't want date outside their race? Good question. So, ladies, did y'all see about that college football player? He proposed to his white girlfriend? Mm-hmm. Did I seen that right?
Yeah.
It was on.
Now, that right there, that was lovely. And that clip right there caught a lot of heat, to the point where the woman's sister came on social media and was like, we all went to college together. Not only we all went to college together, we went to high school together. What happens when you have an interracial couple that has history together and that brother becomes successful? You see, large number of y'all was digging in crates and didn't do your research and just thought that he's an athlete. He just picked a white woman instead of a black woman, not knowing that he had history with that white woman. So of course he's going to choose her. Whatever a person's preference is a person's preference. When I see black women dating white men, that don't move me. That's your preference. That's your preference. I don't know you. But soon as a large number of black women see a black man with a white woman, a Latin woman, an Asian woman, a Caribbean woman, an Islander woman, got something to say. You can basically keep your fucking opinions to yourself. It's going to be what it's going to be. It's going to go how it's going to go. And whatever makes that individual happy, there it is.
2 kids. She was wearing the glasses. She looked like a little nerd.
No. She wasn't no nerd. She wasn't no glasses. She was like.
Oh, no, it was the other one. Okay, yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah.
Okay, ladies. So let's go ahead and get y'all perspective on that. Let's start with you. So the question is, why do black women get angry or bitter when they see a black man date outside their race? And were you mad about seeing that?
Personally, anything on the internet don't have nothing to do with me. Like, it's not my life, but I just feel as though black women probably get mad because it be on some don't come crying to us when you know what type of situation you're in, just to be put back in that situation, or it's just things that you see in life. I personally don't have no opinion on that, because everybody do what's best for them, honestly, but they probably get mad because the black men probably come crying about what the white woman doing to them and all that, but it's you knew that,
So why do you think the black women are upset then?
What else was she saying? You saying that the black women are upset because the black men are coming back to them crying?
Yeah, so it'd be they're complaining about the white woman and what they're doing and all that. But
shit, you got men that are complaining about the shit that a large number of black women are doing. And I get where the sister's coming from, but in real time, I don't see that. I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. But if that's the case, that black man knew what he was getting with when he dated outside his race, that black man knew what he was getting himself into when he was dealing with a woman of his own race. So at the end of the day, number one, a man's going to have a preference. Whatever that man's preference is, that's that man's preference. Number two, large number of black women, meaning modern women, got something to say because those men ain't choosing them. Those men ain't spending money on them. But yet, the white woman over here, the Asian woman, the Hispanic woman, the islander, the Caribbean woman, they see something in that black man. So they open the doors. See, those types of women do things that modern women, especially black women, don't do, not willing to do. That's why those brothers are choosing them and not y'all.
But then it's just like you'll still choose to deal with them, or they'll know what's up with the white woman and just still.
That's an assumption, though. Do you really think that the black men that are choosing white women are going back to black women?
I personally don't know.
So to reiterate, so there are some black women out, obviously, that they get upset when they see a black guy dating a white girl.
Well, so I'm about to say,
or marrying a white girl. So in your opinion, I don't know if there's a right answer, but in your opinion, why do you think that they get upset when they see a black man dating a white woman or marrying a white woman? In your opinion,
because they probably think.
I think black men are all alike. I'm convinced every black guy is a cheater. Get you a Mexican, get you a Jamaican, get you a Haitian, anything but a black man. And if you want a white guy, if he ain't white, he ain't right.
When you on the opposite end of the spectrum and you hear women saying, if y'all gonna date outside your race, then you could go do that. Just don't downplay black women. You could express your preference without downplaying what you don't like. You could express what you like and leave out.
Shout out to these brothers for their podcast. They're doing amazing things. Go to their channel, show them some love. He makes a valid good point. And we're about to hear the response. Because this whole interracial thing here with black men dating outside their race, there's a reason why. And we see the reason. Now it's being highlighted and talked about so much. And the only ones who's left with nothing is modern women. Those are the ones that are crashing out. Those are the ones that got something to say. Because there's some black women that have good character, that stand on business and sit on chrome. They don't have no problem with the black man dating outside his race. They're not tripping. But it's these modern feminist women that are tripping.
What your mama said, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it.
I feel like I said it, so it's like I'm going to say what I want. It's my page.
This is the huge disconnect with men and women. And this is why sometimes we have these gender wars between men and women, especially black men and women, because women or men may say something and stand on it when we don't acknowledge when something is wrong.
Yeah. That's my opinion. I didn't feel like my opinion was wrong. That's how I felt. I'm staying.
The Daily Wrap-Up crew, I always like listening to them brothers. And they are very, very concrete with the things that they say and the topics that they talk about. And basically they saying the quiet thing that no one is not speaking on, but they're speaking on it willingly, openly. And just to hear the response, it's like, see, this is why black men of good character, of good value, not choosing y'all.